The late labor icon Cesar Chavez facing serious sexual abuse accusations. The New York Times reports Chavez groomed and sexually abused girls who worked within the movement. Now, according to the article, one of the victims was 13 years old. Also, Dolores Huerta, who co-founded with Chavez the association that later became the United Farm Workers Union, told the New York Times that he had raped her as well. Let's bring in local attorney Michael Rehm to talk more about the legal implications surrounding these allegations. Michael, glad you're here with us today. Very serious thing going on here. So these assaults allegedly happened 50 years ago. If the victims that have come forward, aside from Dolores Huerta, the younger girls, what legal options would they have at this time?
I mean, they'd all have a potential civil lawsuit, even the one that was an adult when the incident occurred. Right now, based on when those incidents occurred, they would have until they were 40 years old to bring a lawsuit, or within 5 years of discovering the psychological injury that was connected to the incident.
So if the victims come forward and do file some type of a lawsuit, would they go after the Chavez family estate? Would the United Farm Workers Union be liable for any of this?
Yeah, the UFW will probably be the main target, to be quite honest with you. I don't know the specifics of his estate. I don't know if there's even an estate in existence at this point. I think he passed around 30 years ago. So you would have to file a motion in court to open up the estate, take a look at what is still there, if anything is still coming in, if any of the funds could be traced to the estate. But regardless, the UFW will have insurance from that time frame. They have significant assets at this time as well. And it's just like a church or a school situation where they're going to be liable for negligent supervision, negligent hiring, negligent retention, potentially for covering up the incident as well, if there's evidence of that, which it does appear from the article there could be. So that would be what they call treble damages, which is actually 3 times the amount of damages if you can show a cover-up.
Well, he passed in 1993, and you mentioned like a church issue with a trusted padre or a father, and here you have this guy who was an icon in this situation. Is it common, and you deal with a lot of child rape abuse cases like this, is it common for something to surface like this 50 years after the alleged assault?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty...
Does it depend on the accuser's position? I mean, we probably wouldn't be talking...
The accuser's position?
The position of Cesar Chavez, a well-known person.
The accused position?
Yes, the accused. Is this another reason why it's come forward? If it were somebody else, would we be talking about this? We
might not be talking about it, but it doesn't mean it wouldn't come forward.
Correct.
If that makes sense. So first off, they changed the statute of limitations to 40, but I'm licensed in New York as well. New York is 55. Other states there is no limit, because it's not uncommon, especially with childhood sexual abuse, for people to not like fully grasp the impact it had on their life until they're older.
Right.
I get calls all the time from people that want to come forward, and I tell them, you can come forward, but unfortunately, when there's not an entity tied to it, there's generally not insurance tied to it. Right. You're basically relying on an attorney on a contingency fee to advance like 40, 50, if not more K to bring a lawsuit. Well, it's just difficult for recovery. It's just not practical. So, but people do come forward all the time. It's just civil suits don't always proceed based on just that situation.
Very difficult.
It's difficult for the poor to do it.
Sure. Michael Rehm, thank you, local Sacramento attorney. Appreciate you coming in. A very legally difficult situation to navigate, but we appreciate you coming in today.